I just hit one full Bitcoin YouTube. It has been quite the journey, and I don't have no one else to tell, so I decided to make a video about this because one Bitcoin is a big milestone to me. So let's get into today's video. I don't know if that dude back there is OD'd or what, but he didn't look too hot, but he was moving, so I think he's good. I actually hit one Bitcoin a little over a month ago, like a month and a half ago, but wasn't making videos at that moment, so here I am. It's been quite the journey getting to this point, man. Look at these oranges. It's a nice tree. But started in 2020, started investing in Bitcoin, but I didn't know what the hell I was buying. I just was buying it because, I don't know, heard a little bit about it, but I didn't know what it was. When things got volatile, when things went down, I sold because I didn't know what I owned. I probably had like $10,000 worth at the time. I think I bought maybe at like 40,000. And once it started dipping in 2022, I just sold out. Had some paper hands. It's a beautiful day out here. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Just moved here a couple years ago. But I wouldn't say I quite knew what Bitcoin was fully until about September of last year, technically now. September 2024 is when I fully went down the Bitcoin rabbit hole, watched some documentaries, read some books, and I was mind blown. Before I went down the official rabbit hole, I kind of knew the basics. I knew it was decentralized money. I knew it was the front runner for all of crypto. And I knew that most likely it was going to keep going up. Figured it would hit 100K, but I didn't quite get exactly what Bitcoin was. I hadn't went down the rabbit hole yet. I hadn't put in the hours yet. But once I did started putting in those said hours, I probably spent maybe 3-4 days just reading, like from legit morning to night. I was reading about Bitcoin, and I just realized what Bitcoin is. It solves so many problems in the world. I mean, for one, our money is literally backed by nothing. Our dollars have no value. It is backed by nothing. Once we went off the gold standard in 1971, I believe, it just became a normal thing to have money backed by nothing. How insane is that? Our money is backed by nothing. That part of the rabbit hole blew my mind, but what really started to get me was the problems that it solved in the sense of these third world countries where people can't put their money in their own bank account because it loses value. Say you have $100 USD, you put it in the bank account. A week later, that same $100 is now worth $50 in 1 week. So these people have no opportunity to build real wealth. They can't invest in the S&P 500. They can't go buy Tesla stock. They can't do any of that. And obviously, they can't come buy real estate here in the US or something like that. So they have no opportunity. Bitcoin solves that problem. The one guy that I can give credit to, for anyone that wants to dive into Bitcoin on a surface level, is Chris Johnson. I came across Chris Johnson's page probably in 2020. He's a entrepreneur, investor guy that he's been killing it in the stock market, and he runs an online brand. And he started posting about nothing but Bitcoin. So I had seen him do his stock stuff, his business talk, like the guy knows his stuff. But then I was like, why is he dropping everything and just talking about Bitcoin? And it intrigued me, right? Like, this guy obviously knows more than me. He has way more money than me, doing way more than me, older than me. And for him to drop everything and just talk about nothing but Bitcoin, I started seeing him sell his real estate to buy Bitcoin. And I was like, hold up, there's something here. There is something here. Let me check this out. And one article led to another, one documentary into another, one video into another. Before I knew it, I was consuming nothing but Bitcoin. It was literally like if Elon Musk put me in a plane and flew me to Mars, and I was just discovering brand new minerals, brand new animals, brand new people. It was like a whole new world was opening to my eyes. It was beautiful, actually. So after I officially went down the rabbit hole, I mean, I didn't know everything. I obviously don't know everything even now. But I knew more than the average person, and I knew enough to realize that I have to go all in with this. I have to take all my money, well, damn near all of it, and put it into Bitcoin. So a quick little backstory about me, just so you guys know where I actually got the money from for the Bitcoin, is I've been working since I was 16. Always been a frugal guy, never really spent my money. I mean, I wear fake Yeezys, I wear plain white tees. I'm a very minimal guy, right? So I've just been saving money my whole life. And in 2020 is when I started investing. And at the time of 2020, I was only 19 years old. And I took all my money at the time and started investing it. And at that time, I probably had like $40,000. And since then, my net worth got up to about $120,000. I'm now 23 years old. So in 4 years, I went from $40,000 to 120, which, it's a pretty good amount of money, but not a crazy amount. Like, I'm not rich or anything. So I had $120,000. 40,000 of that 120 was in my Roth IRA, which that I didn't touch. I just left that in there. And we'll get to that right now, but I had my Roth IRA. Everything else was basically in my bank account or in stocks. Most of it was in stocks, but I had a little cash pile too. So I took everything, all of my dollars, and put it into Bitcoin. At the time, it was like $80,000. Bitcoin was at maybe 84,000 at the time. So I still had a couple thousand to go, but that was in September. And I like your dog. And that was in September. And by, I want to say early December, I had one full Bitcoin. I started dollar cost averaging after September. So I put all my money in. And then as I was getting paid, I just kept loading up on more Bitcoin. And then by December, I finally had one full Bitcoin. And that was about a month ago. Right now it's early January. And it's pretty funny because I'm still doing the exact same thing. I hold no dollars. As I get paid, I just put it into Bitcoin. That was about a month ago. Right now it's early January, and I'm still doing the exact same thing. I have about $4,500 after paying all my bills. Right now I'm making $7,500 to $8,000 a month. And after paying all my bills, I have $4,500 left over. So currently what I'm doing is I'm putting $100 into Bitcoin. I would be putting more. I'd be putting all $4,500. Right now I'm only putting in $3,000 because, unfortunately, tax season is right around the corner. And I know I'm going to owe at least 12, 13 grand. And that's with tax deductibles. So unfortunately, I have to save some money for that. But after I pay my taxes, I'm going to up my $3,000 a month into Bitcoin to all $4,500 into Bitcoin. I'm going to hold no dollars. Bitcoin is now my savings account. I am putting every single dollar that I make from all my different businesses, side hustles, whatever, any dollar that I make is going straight into Bitcoin. It's not going to my bank anymore. I don't do anything with the bank. It's just there. There is two reasons why this works beautifully for me. Number one, obviously, over time, my money is going to go up. Bitcoin is currently at, I think, 95,000 today. January 10th, 2024, $95,000. I believe in the next 5 years, we're going to have a $1 million Bitcoin. So my one Bitcoin, well, I currently have about 1.12 Bitcoin. So I have close to $112,000 in Bitcoin. That's going to turn into $1 million in the next 5 years. And honestly, that's being safe. It could be more like $2, maybe $3 million, but for sure, at least $1 million in the next 5 years. I really need to get a taller tripod. Beautiful. We're making money, right? Obviously, if you're going to invest in something, that's what you want to do. That's the goal, to make money. Cross that box off. Good. Great. Making money. The second beautiful thing about all my money going into Bitcoin is I used to be a pretty heavy trader. I was looking at stocks, looking at cryptos, all different types of cryptos. Layer 1s, layer 2s, meme coins. I used to trade these things all the time. So I was studying. I would devote 3 hours a day just to looking at these coins and stocks, and not 3. Sometimes it was 3 hours, sometimes it was 2, but typically it was always at least like an hour and a half every day going to this stuff. The returns that I was getting doing that was, I was making money. But over time, I'm going to make more just buying Bitcoin and staying the hell out the way. I don't have to spend countless hours researching these random coins all the time. I'm going to research Bitcoin because I love researching Bitcoin, but I don't need to spend 3 hours a day doing this anymore. Just trying to squeeze out dollars, because sometimes I was profitable, sometimes some trades weren't, obviously. So this is going to save me so much time where I'm not spread out so thin anymore. I can just focus on Bitcoin, and it gives me more time to put into my business. Like this right here. I would rather be out here making videos than looking at butthole coin or fart coin or all these different coins. I mean, it's pretty funny. I've been wanting to get back into making videos since like June of last year. But I honestly did not have the time. I was doing too many things. I was trying to look at all these coins. I was working. I was doing all this stuff, right? Now I have more time because I don't have to research all this different crap. Plus, all of those other investments are not going to outperform Bitcoin in the long run anyway. So I'm making more money here and I save time. Win-win, that's a beautiful formula. This feels pretty good. It feels good owning one Bitcoin. I know how big that's going to be one day for my future families. And you guys may be wondering, what do I plan on doing with that one Bitcoin? Do I ever plan on selling? When do I plan on selling? I don't know yet, but I do know that I'm not going to sell at least in the next 15, 20 years. At least in that amount of time. The only thing that I would probably sell my Bitcoin for, I mean, not sell it, but maybe sell a portion of it, is maybe a house in the future. I have no plans of buying a house right now. I like the freedom of renting, being able to move wherever I want to move, leave this city, go somewhere else, whatever. But eventually, once I have a family and everything, yeah, maybe I'll sell some Bitcoin to buy a house. But honestly, that's probably it. I don't know. Bitcoin is an investment that we've never seen before. And I believe in it for hundreds of years to come. So, in my lifetime, honestly, probably not. My Bitcoin will probably not leave my wallet. And if you guys have questions about Bitcoin, like you're wondering, why are you so all in on this? I can answer some of those questions, but this video is already long enough. I'm not going to answer them in today's video, but I can. Comment down below if you guys want to see more Bitcoin related content in the future. One thing I'm going to show you before I head out of here is this bad boy right here. Check that bad boy out. This is a cold wallet. If you're going to invest into Bitcoin, one of the main things you have to understand right off the jump, you cannot skip over this part, is security is everything. If your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or your Solana, whatever it is, whatever crypto you buy, if you somehow lose it, if you forget your password, your seed phrase password, that's what it is. A seed phrase is a password if you don't know that. If you lose that, there's no number you can call. There's no building you can visit. There is nothing you can do or anyone can do for you. So if you're going to invest into crypto, and this is not financial advice. None of this in this video is financial advice. But if you're going to do it, make sure you know how to protect your crypto. That's the one thing you have to understand if you buy crypto. Make sure you know how to protect it. But these wallets are called cold wallets, and they will protect your crypto. If I lose this, if I forget it, if it falls down a drain, whatever it is, as long as I have my seed phrase, I can always get my crypto back. The one thing you can never lose is your seed phrase. So make sure you put it in a good spot. Maybe in multiple spots, who knows? And don't ever give anybody your seed phrase. Those are the main things you need to know. But Bitcoin is a beautiful thing, you guys. And I truly believe 100% that it is going to solve a lot of our problems that we have today. Because basically think of any problem you can think of. Anything going on in this world. What does it tie back to? It ties back to money. All the wars, everything going on, it always comes back to money. And our economy is screwed right now, you guys. If you're working a job, especially, and you're trying to rely on Social Security and your 401k as you get older, hate to tell you this, but you are screwed. You're donezo. So you need to learn this stuff. Our economy has never been in a worse spot. No matter what the crooked media is telling you, our money is jacked up. So learn this stuff. Go down the rabbit hole. Your future self will thank you. Your future kids will thank you. And that's it for today's video, man. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.